My name is Carmen and I'm 16 years old.
Do you consider yourself as an introvert?
Yes, I do consider myself as an introvert. As an introvert, I would define myself as somebody who likes to be alone, but doesn't like feel lonely at all. But I guess it depends, on the person. Activities that I would do, probably, go online, watch movies, read books, baking. How do I face problems? I'm actually a really bad person when it comes to facing problems because I kind of like avoid it and avoid all responsibilities. But I usually get to it, like when the pressure hits, it's just like, oh, okay, got to do this. Yeah. The media, I guess, in their form of way, like what they see introverts as, I like rarely see it in movies, but I usually see like people who are like alone in the hallways, they're considered like loners or they're being bullied. But I guess if they like to be alone, then that's what they like to do. And I feel like the media shouldn't be like putting down in that way. I think it's a negative portrayal because not everybody, likes to be with like people at like certain times, but definitely it's just viewing them as like they're people that don't have friends, and that's not the case. They just like to be alone.
Why do you think the media portrays them in that way?
The media, well, I honestly do not know because I feel like it's really hard to actually portray what an introvert is like besides staying at home or like just being alone and watching a movie. But I think it's just because usually lots of people they're expected to have like a social life, and it's just like people who are like being seen as like they don't have like a social life kind of means like that they don't have any friends, and no, that's not what it is. I feel like it is an issue in that like people who are introverts, they'd probably push themselves to a certain extent to always be with people like extroverts, but it's pretty bad and damaging to an introvert because they need some time alone to like be themselves and like think. But I guess in ways like I could advocate or people could advocate is just like speaking about it and letting like their voice be heard about it, because like I feel like from like an introvert and their view, it's just like their side is not really well known.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Number 1, allow others to talk first. When it's your turn to speak, say very little. Number 2, with emotions, it's better to stow them away and cover it up with a face. Number 3, speaking of frustration, don't be surprised when someone in your group gets annoyed at you for your lack of communication. Also, try to get frustrated yourself for doing the majority of the work. Number 4, hang out in small groups that usually don't belong to any cliques, or you can hang out by yourself. Number 5, notice the little things. When I say the little things, I mean the flaws that surround you, especially yourself.